On the modern battlefield, few things are as important as having the ability to interfere with the computers and targeting systems of enemy mechs. After all, if an active radar homing missile cannot find its target, it might as well just be an expensive paperweight. The RVN-3L Raven was specifically manufactured with electronics warfare in mind, possessing advanced target acquisition gear, an active probe, a NARC missile beacon launcher, and a Guardian electronic countermeasures suite. The Raven began its existence as an experimental chassis to test lost tech, mainly ECM, and proved successful as a way to augment battalions during large-scale deployments. Due to a high price tag and experimental technology on board, the Raven was, and still is, rarely sent into the field on its own. In these rarer cases, the Raven has proven itself to be an effective reconnaissance mech, though its standard supply of reloads for its munitions is too limited to make an optimal choice as a guerrilla raider. This mech was, of course, inspired by a Terran bird of the same name and resembles the creature physically, though most variants lack the ability to fly due to not being equipped with jump jets. With a weight of 35 tons and a height of 10 meters, the Raven is at the upper end of the light category of battle mechs. The RVN-3L's Class 210XL engine gives it a top speed of 97.2 kilometers per hour, making it relatively slow for a light mech but still faster than most mediums and heavies. A dozen heat sinks give the Raven ample ability to dissipate heat from its standard weapons loadout, while 4.5 tons of ferrofibrous armor keep the Raven's internals protected from light fire, but little more, forcing prudent pilots to retreat behind Allied lines after even glancing blows. The standard Raven 3L will cost the average mercenary company around 5.7 million C-bills, putting it at about twice the cost of a JR-7D or WF-2. This makes it a poor choice for smaller mercenary companies, as the niche role of the standard 3L limits the contracts the company can take and expect their mech warrior to survive without support. Variants of the Raven include the RVN-1X, the experimental prototype that serves as the direct ancestor to the 3L. The 1X is equipped with a standard 175 fusion engine, giving it a top speed of 86 kilometers per hour, with only 4 tons of armor protecting the machine's internals. As the Guardian ECM suite was not yet invented at the time of the 1X's conception, it instead carries an electronics warfare suite, which functions similarly to both the Guardian and Beagle active probe combined. However, it instead weighs a massive 7.5 tons and could easily be destroyed by critical hits. The Raven 3M drops all weapons from the standard 3L in order to equip the mech with a Class 15 long-range missile launcher with 2 tons of ammunition. This is supplemented with a pair of small lasers and a single small pulse laser. The NARC beacon launcher from the stock 3L is retained. The RVN-4L is a very interesting variant, as it is one of the first battle mechs to be mounted with stealth armor. 6 tons in this case. This special armor prevents the mech from being detected by any means save visual and seismic detection. While extremely useful, the sealing effect of the armor traps nearly all heat generated from the machine, meaning it is extremely easy for this variant to overheat with its stealth mode engaged. 10 double heatsinks are equipped on this mech to keep the heat in check. For weapons, the 4L carries 2 ER medium lasers and an SRM-6 launcher. An interesting variant of the Raven is the RVN-1XL-DC, which is quite a mouthful, being a rare example of a mech to require 2 crew members to operate, one to act as a driver, the other to act as a gunner, each of which are able to operate the mech independently if the other one is knocked out during combat. While this mech was created specifically for the Solaris arenas in mind, it is also ideal for a training mech, given that a trainer can help guide a trainee from within the mech itself. In addition to the dual cockpit, the mech is equipped with an extra ton of armor, though it also has 2 less heat sinks than the 3L. All other aspects of the mech are the same. While its original pilot has yet to be identified, a unique Raven variant was salvaged by a mercenary unit whose onboard computer identified it as a Hugin. This was likely inspired by the Norse creature of the same name, who was a raven said to act as a messenger to Odin, the Norse god of war. This raven was equipped with a quartet of machine guns, 2 in each arm, and a mixed array of short-range missile launchers in the torso. One with 6 launch tubes, and another with streak guidance and 2 tubes. As this variant did not carry the electronics of the stock RVN-3L, it was heavily armored and equipped with jump capability. If this wasn't enough, the Hugin was equipped with an XL-280 rated fusion engine, giving it a top speed of just under 130 kilometers per hour, making it an excellent hit-and-fade skirmisher. On the planet Chandler, in 3058, General Tangwan, commander of the Second Sword of Light, piloted a Raven before his capture at the hands of an unknown Ghost Bear mech warrior. While the general himself is rumored to not have fired even a single shot before his mech was disabled, a lance of Ravens under his command did manage to destroy a much heavier Clan Ghost Bear gargoyle before they themselves were eliminated. In 3062, Ravens served in the defense of the Royal Palace on Kentauri's IV during the outbreak of the Fedcom Civil War, though most were destroyed by long-range missile fire before they even had a chance to exit their hangar bay. I think the Raven has to be one of my favorite mechs, not because of its amazing electronics loadout or the cool history it's been involved in, but because it's so gosh darn cute. I mean, look at that thing. It's adorable. Anyways, that's it for now. Thanks for listening. I shall catch you guys next time.